Hey, what's up guys? Sunny here, presenting Yugi.dek. I'm here today with a fresh deck profile of my Performapal ABC deck. I've been working on it for a little bit, played it at regionals, didn't do too well, but I think it has a lot of synergy and there's a lot of cool stuff and cool plays going on with this deck. And yeah, I've been like kind of tweaking it to better suit matchups against meta decks and whatnot. So pretty much, yeah, I'm going to do a deck profile, just explanations, and also there'll be a combo tutorial at the end of the video too, so stay tuned for that. Alright, so hopefully you can see this pretty well, but anyway, let's just get right into the deck profile and do a bit of explanations as I go. So triple sorcerer is like the main one that you need. Double Wizard Draw, double Key Turtle. Since I'm playing mostly a Performapal deck, like these are more consistent now. And two of each, I kind of like this ratio, so not much else to say about that. This is my main high scale as well. And then two of Swing Cobras. So the main thing about this card is that it's a low 4, it's a low scale, and it's searchable because it's a reptile, so you can search it off King of the Feral Imps. The important thing I like is like it's searchable. It's the other, like if you're usually you search this off Feral Imps, but if you need a low scale, you can search this. What I like about this card is it's a low 4, so if you pop it some way from the field or from the pendulum scale, it fills up your extra deck, so you're able to continue just pendulum summoning this back. So that's really good. Then one Joker and then one of each target for the Sky Iris. So that's the Performapals, and then one second Donkey. This is more of a combo card, like you want to search this and then pendulum summon it, and then usually you'll get like a Joker or a Sorcerer. It's also like a Pendulum Rising target, you know, and in worst case scenarios you play 2 scales, you summon this and you search like Sorcerer or whatever you need. And then so one Master Pendulum and one Flash Knight. These are your pendulum or unexpected die targets, and they're low 4 and they're light, so you can make Bujente Tsukiyomi with this. So it's kind of like your Photon Thrasher or your Gadget in a way. And then obviously they're still pendulum, so they're good. This is pretty much it, just like off of unexpected die. This is rank 4 fodder, and they're light for Tsukiyomi. So that's all the pendulums actually. And then for the ABCs, so I only play one of each. I actually tried this in multiple ratios. At most I tried 2 of each, because 3 of each is just, you don't even have space for that. I tried 2 of each, and that just got cloggy, because like, even with ways of making Tsukiyomi and stuff and whatnot, you like these are bricks pretty much. Like Buster Drake is my favorite one because it searches, but these rely on other ABCs to be in play. So one of each just works really well, because you want to go first and you want to summon an ABC Dragon Buster, so unless your opponent's like main decking DD Crows or something like that, you know, you're fine. And like even if your opponent prevents you from making Dragon Buster, you just make rank 4s and make pendulum plays. So this is not like your end all be all combo that you want to do, but like you pretty much like you want to draw Hanger, but you don't want to draw these. So consistency wise, I actually really like this ratio. And then one Summoner Monk, you play a lot of spells, and this gets you 2 Sorcerers, so it just sets you up. This can also get you to an ABC, so if you have Hanger, that doesn't matter as much, but if you want to just, like this is another way of making a rank 4 with Hanger, so it kind of makes sense, but more so for Sorcerer. And then one Photon Thrasher. I do play the Rhoda, and as I just showed, like I'm also playing Flash Knight, so I have 2 targets for the Rhoda. Thrasher is pretty much to make your standard Tsukiyomi combo. That's for all the monsters. So spells, triple unexpected die. This is like your extra gadgets or Photon Thrashers. Triple Pendulum Rising. This is like the busted card to draw with the spell card. What is it? Union Hanger. So if you draw like this plus Union Hanger, you can summon Dragon Buster plus 2 rank 4s. You'll get like a draw and a search off that as well. If you don't know, you summon Sorcerer. So you have to send a non-pendulum monster to the grave. Usually you'll have A plus B equipped. You send these. This will search and this will add back B. And I'll show that in the combo video. Then triple terraforming, triple hanger. Even in this build, I feel like this is standard because you want to get to your hanger as quickly as possible. Pretty much what I explained, like you don't want to draw the ABC monsters, you want to draw your hanger. And then I do still play 1 Iris because like this will be dead, because after you resolve the first one you don't need hanger anymore unless you recycle with emeralds. So terraforming can also fetch you Iris, which can pop cards in your scales, or you can like, you know, play unexpected die, pop the monster, so you have another monster to pendulum summon and you get your high scale scale that you need. And then double instant fusion, just extra rank 4s pretty much. This can help you either turn 1 make like feral imps to get you what you need, or turn 2 just fight through back row. Then the 1 roto, like I said, this is like either your Thrasher, or you can get your Flash Knight, and that's like your level 4 monster you can special summon, or you can scale it as a high scale. Then Upstart, recasting is like Ignite Reload for Performapal is like for consistency. Really good for shuffling back like your scales that you don't want in your hand anymore. And this is kind of new, so 1 Treacherous, and then it's bottomless for now, but I'm probably going to replace this with Time Space, because if you only draw Pendulum plays, like your only good play is making a rank 4, and there's really no, I feel like there's no good rank 4 to go into now against a lot of meta decks, especially against Pendulum decks. So Rafflesia is a lot better in that case. I still like Treacherous a lot because you can use this offensively to just summon Rafflesia on your own turn and use the effect right away and pop 2 monsters. So it's like a double Dire Wolf essentially. And then I want to have like this or Time Space, just something that's good against Pendulum, so I can just summon a rank 4 that essentially stops a Pendulum summon. I don't like playing the traps because it just makes the build a little bit less consistent. But I've been kind of losing a lot to like metal foes, so I just want to like, well, mainly when I don't summon Dragon Buster, but I just want to make my turn 1 play better in those cases. And then you can still like draw this off Tsukiyomi and stuff since I don't play any other traps. So yeah, so that's the main deck. Real quick, oops, broke a sleeve. So extra deck, double Dragon Buster. Sometimes I do wish I would play 3, but you know, really, like if you're summoning your 3rd one, you're like, it's going to a grind game or you're already winning, and you can always just emerald back the Dragon Buster. So 2 is enough. You summon the first one on your turn, then you tag out on their turn, and on your own turn you just summon the 2nd one in that case. Then for the Norden, for the instant fusion, the Norden, Utopia Duo, Emeralds, really good for recycling. Tsukiyomi for Olymps. Just this is part of the combo if you draw like Rising, but just really good for searching any scale. Direwolf for back row. I do wish I had 2. I just don't have a 2nd one, but at the same time I feel like usually you can summon like a Castel or something else to either bait out back row or just deal with threats. But double Direwolf works too. Castel, Rhapsody is really good against the ABC mirror match. Rafflesia, again, like I said, this is new. It's been working pretty well. It's just, this is a lot stronger to summon. Like, I feel like there's no other good defensive rank 4. Giant Hand. Some people don't like this. I actually really like this. You can use this on your own turn too if that's something that stops your plays. 1 Dweller and 1 F-Zero is like, for Dragon Buster, the thing with this deck is like you can summon a bunch of rank 4s, but you have to kind of limit yourself so that you leave enough room for Dragon Buster to tag out. But with F-Zero, you can kind of just go ham, summon as many rank 4s, because then you can just overlay into this. And this like can't die through destruction. On your turn, you just battle a monster and take it for the battle phase. That's really good. Alright, so onto the combo tutorial. So I'm going to show you 2 main combos with this deck. So one of the combos is Unexpected Die plus Hanger. You can always just replace Hanger with Terraforming, obviously. This is more of the standard combo with Tsukiyomi, and I'll explain like if you draw other cards along with these 2 cards, what else you can do. The main combo though is like Hanger plus Pendulum Rising is like, I wouldn't say broken, something really busted about it, but it gives you a lot of advantage in both combos that you summon Dragon Buster. First I'll show you this. So this is your hand, you'll play Unexpected Die, and you'll get Master, you can get Flash Knight if you want, then you play Hanger, add A, summon A, equip B. And now you can go into Tsukiyomi. You know, this unequips. You search C, and then you detach, drop the C, draw 2 cards. Now before you detach for that, let's say you did draw other scales, you can just like you can just scale them before activating Tsukiyomi. If you draw cards, you can like pendulum summon or something like that, or you can use a lizard draw to draw a card after, along with this as well. So there's some cool things you can do with that. But also, like, let's say you did draw another scale. So instead of going into Tsukiyomi, you can go to Feral Imps. So let's say like you drew this as one of your other scales. So you'll search this, and then Feral Imps. You can search Swing Cobra. You can scale these, pendulum summon, and then you can banish this from the field and this from the graveyard. And you have Lizard Draw, which is also searchable of this, so you can draw a card. So, and that is purely off of those 2 cards that lets you summon Dragon Buster. But the thing about that is, like, if you draw another level 4, then you can just like overlay with this, going to either Feral Imps or you can like just summon Dweller and detach on your own turn, or something like that. So that's usually what I do with that combo. Yeah, and let me show you guys the broken Hanger Pendulum Rising combos. So this is your hand. First you'll play Hanger, search A, summon A, equip B. Then you'll play your Pendulum Rising. So send this on, goes to graveyard as well. So you will send our Sorcerer. So you'd be a lot of chain links here. So chain link 1, this is what I usually do. You can choose your chain links, but chain link 1 is Sorcerer, target itself plus Hanger. Chain link 2 is B, and chain link 3 is A, to add B back. So if your opponent has a Solemn Strike, the main ones you care about is searching with B and resolving your Sorcerer, but the A, like, you don't care about them striking that. So if they do strike it, then that's great. Then you can successfully Pendulum Summon. So A will add back B, B will resolve and add back, or I search C from your deck, and Sorcerer resolves. This goes in your extra deck. Hanger goes to graveyard. And usually I search a Swing Cobra plus I search Swing Cobra plus a Gi Turtle. But let's say you already drew a low scale. Let's say you already drew this. Instead of the Swing Cobra, you can just search Lizard Draw. Lets you get an extra draw. For this particular combo, I'm not going to add any other extra cards. So at the end of those 2 cards, this is your hand. So you get 2 more cards. That's a +2 currently. Scale these 2. Hopefully you can see all of this, by the way. Gi Turtle will let you draw a card, so just put this as an unknown card. So now you can Pendulum Summon. So you'll summon these, summon Sorcerer back from the extra deck. Right, yeah, so this is, I'll put the scales like this. So now you can like summon 1 rank 4 at least. So there's 2 different options here. One is Feral Imps, and you get to search. So for next turn, you can also just summon Dweller, pretty much like any rank 4 that allows you to detach one of the ABCs to the graveyard, because then you can banish all 3, summon Dragon Buster. So this is probably the field that I would usually go for, but sometimes you will just want to go into Feral Imps. Like, obviously, if you know the Dweller doesn't hurt your opponent, there's no point in doing this, but if you happen to be playing against, like, PK Fire or something like that, this is pretty good. So that's 2 cards. You got a card in your hand. You got 2 set scales already, and you have Dragon Buster plus Dweller, or if you want to just have another card in your hand, you can go for Feral Imps, which can give you the discard for Dragon Buster. So really, this would probably be Feral Imps. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the combo that I want to show you guys. I think it's like really cool. Like, if anything, like even if it's not really good, I think the combos are really good and really strong. So yeah, I mean, it's up to you guys to decide what you think about this deck. But I've been kind of, I've been working on it, and it's really fun to play. I expect like Sorcerer to potentially get hit though, because it is hit in Japan, and out of nowhere Konami and TCG probably will hit it. But that's enough rambling. So it's pretty much it for the deck. Let me know what you guys think, and let me know if you guys want to see another like real life deck profile like this in the future for me. So that's it. Sunny from Yugi.dek signing out.